It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Prime Time.
Opened in 2001, it lies on the same site and retains the name of the city's beloved former stadium. We're here at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Alongside my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and this is a matchup, Brock, that we may see many, many times in the future of this league. A couple of rookie starters leading their offenses at quarterback.
And that really does make it a measuring stick game for both of them, Kate. Rookie quarterbacks in the draft, they're always linked to each other from the moment they're tabbed the starters in their first season. And then when you get to look across and you get to play one, you know that both of them want to be the one who leads their guys to a win, because that's a victory that'll be talked about both for the rest of their rookie season and beyond.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Denver. Marvin Mims now to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Escapes the pocket. He can run it. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Catch is made down the right sideline. All the way, touchdown Denver! The Broncos take a 6-0 lead right away. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it, and man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the gun, it's Daniels. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. He's got to gain a 6 there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Now Daniels off the play action. Nabs along that sideline, Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Nick's looking to throw. The throw finds Evan Ingram. Space past the 35. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Putting a receiver in motion. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third down run by Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in prime time. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Daniels. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a 21-yard gain, and that'll be good for a Washington first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 13. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Now Daniels to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's got to be one of the shortest completions I've ever seen on a curl and go. That route's like a fine wine, Kate. It gets better the longer it matures, but that court came out a little early that time, and it was only a small gain.
That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're advancing it well as they face second down. He beams one deep right side. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders start to fight back with their first points of this game. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play action with Nix. Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
This is hauled in by Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Complete. It's Ingram. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Going for the first with Dobbins. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. A 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be good for a Denver first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Nicks off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that was one wild ride. QB does a terrific job. Gets out in the open field, has a big play, and then he's got to watch the other quarterback run on the field as he gives the ball away.
The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. No one around. He's got space. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brandon Jones up for the stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
And he gets him around 6 there. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Slot man in motion right. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Daniels. Escapes, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Commanders pushing for a score before the break. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Denver set to take the field on offense. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Nick's now to throw. That's complete to Vele. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other and give him a chance to make a play.
2nd and 1. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Denver. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On 1st down, here's Daniels. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That was Terry McLaurin on the target. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Play fake here, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
There was a theory some years ago, Kate, that you would never run play action on 3rd and extra long like this because that play action is really not going to affect the defense. But what you got to understand is many times you're running that play action because of the great protection. You're actually trying to give that quarterback an extra beat. Well, it didn't work out that time.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he has enough room to gain about 4. So we've reached halftime in Denver. The hometown fans, yeah, they're feeling good. Their Broncos have the lead. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a fine first half from the man from Oregon, Bo Nix. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Returnable from the 2. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes the offense for Washington to begin the 3rd quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, and now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
Daniels on 1st down. Able to find Ertz. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
New set of downs for him at the 38. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Now Daniels off the play action. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take the lead right away in half number 2. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders push their lead to 3. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. They left him wide open. It's complete. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Throwing on first down, Nix. On target to Dobbins. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 41. That's complete to Ingram along the sideline.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They'll throw again. Nix. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
They've got first down from the 31. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Nix. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Brought in by Vele. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To throw, here's Nix. The throw is caught. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. Dobbins on 1st and goal. Is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos grab the lead on their first series of the half. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Commanders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. First and 10 now from the 30. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. He'll get this to Samuel. Gets it to the 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. Is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 3rd quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders push their lead to 3. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Hitting Ingram on the slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. A give now from the gun. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Now Nick's on third down. Complete. It's Ingram. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Here we go with Dobbins. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
The Commanders set to take over. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Stepping up, and he's going to run. To avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
An option give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Staying with Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
We see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward. Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Got all of it, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes the Bronco offense. And after they were stopped on 4th down their prior possession, Brock, you gotta wonder if they're gonna be confident enough to go for it again if they get to that point here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Running it again with Dobbins. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Nix from the gun. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Short side option here, he's running left. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Nix looking to throw. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now a toss play with Dobbins. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he has this all the way down to the 23. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
These running backs love getting into the open field, and the best of them, they're not even looking at the man right in front of them. They're looking at that next level to get a chunk run like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Brought in close to the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos come through to tie it in the 4th. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
They have this try now to put them in front late. And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Commanders trail by just 1. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Complete. It's McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Here's a give up the middle. Down to the 10. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Robinson can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Once more, it's Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Throwing now. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos running their offense out once again. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. Here he is to throw. Completed to Sutton. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Commanders, as we'll see you next time from Denver.